Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Hello, everyone. My name is Pixel, and we are Ages of Einor, and welcome to the 9th episode of Ages of Einor presents the Regent of Bedegar. We are back once again with our bevy of Bedegarian adventurers, and we are super excited for this next episode. I will be your dungeon master this evening. As always, we'll be playing the Regent of Bedegar, which is found in the D&D 5e supplement Kingdoms in Warfare by MCDM, which actually I just got my copy of. I don't know where it's sitting right now, but they finally got those books out to the Kickstarter backers, and it is great. But we've been using the PDF this whole time. Very exciting and fun. As always, we're going to get into the game in just a few minutes, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping things. First things first, don't spoil stuff in chat. I don't think it'll come up much this episode, depending on how things go, but sometimes when you're watching me, you're seeing GM stuff on my screen, if we're on map screens. So if you see stuff that's like grayed out or hidden in a place that it looks like the players can't see it, don't talk about it, because they'll be in chat trying to hang out with you guys while we play, and we don't want to spoil the fact that there's 20 Tarasques in the next room planning to eat the entire village of Bedegar. So yeah. Secondly, please remember that D&D is a complex game with a lot of rules, and we're improvising a story together as a group, so I may change stuff in the adventure. In fact, I have numerous times. I may change stuff in I may forget how certain mechanics work and make some shit up, and that is fine. If we're trying to think of how a rule works and you happen to know it, feel free to throw that in chat, but don't lose your mind about it if we don't see it, because we're not going back to pick stuff up. We'll just try and get it right next time. Thirdly, as always, we want to keep this space as open and welcoming as we can to the extent that that's possible on the internet. So we do try to keep that internet toxicity to a minimum. So don't be a dick. And if you are a dick, we're going to kick you out. Hey, that's how it works. Also, a reminder, we do release the show on YouTube and as a podcast after each episode. So if you happen to miss an episode or can't watch the whole thing, don't fret. You can catch up in either video or audio format. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you get early access. They usually go up Sunday at about noon. If you are not, they go up on Wednesday. Typically. I try my best. And then, as always, last thing before we get started, I'd like to go around and cast. If you would please introduce yourselves and your characters, and please remind us of your chat inspiration app, which reminds me that I have fun little buttons I can push that actually put little D20s on the screen when you guys have inspiration. So now we can track who has it or not. Look at this, guys. Look at all the buttons. Oh my God. Look at that.
Is it
this
Christmas?
Doesn't track DM inspiration, but I can also I need to move some people. I have Silas and Enna in the wrong windows. Sorry guys. My bad.
I'll be in it tonight.
So it's gonna be a big night to be in.
Good luck.
She might be welcome the opportunity not to be in it tonight. Anyway, guys, so we're going to introduce cast. As always, please remember to remind us if you have inspiration from chat, starting with, of course, Bonus Mom.
Well, good evening. I am Bonus Mom, and I am playing Perdita, the Tabaxi Rogue, and I'm very excited to be here tonight. And yes, I do have chat inspiration. Thank you very much.
Very good. Kyla.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kyla. This is Pinky, and I am playing Chanterelle, who is our Water Genasi bard and druid friend, and I do not have chat inspiration, but I'm happy to be back playing with my pals.
Very good. Bonus Mom, did you say you don't or do? I forgot to hit the button.
I do.
You do. We hit the button. Look at that. Solomon. So I'm sorry. Daniel, you're a real human and not a character. Hey, it's the first one of the night, guys.
Yeah.
So my name is Daniel. I'm glad to be back here after a long hiatus. I apologize for my absence, but I'm glad to be back, and I do have chat inspiration.
Very good. Beast.
Hi everyone, I'm Beast, and I played Raz Hiskers Tabaxi Valor and it's been so long since I've been able to say that. Happy to have you here.
Good. Okay.
And I am uninspired. So please, please, please give Pixel a chance to use his shiny new toy by giving me chat inspiration.
Very good. Jesse.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse. I am playing Silas Blackhand, the Count himself. Couldn't you believe it? Over here on my new channel, You Might Be a D&D. We just released 2 videos since we've been out last, the Totem Warrior and the Hexblade. And I'm working on a new one right now. I'll give you a little hint. It's the only subclass in the game that doesn't use toilet paper. So check that out next week. Thanks so much for all the support that's going on over there. And yeah, I'm happy to be there. I am chat inspired and DM inspired, so we might see some fuckery tonight.
Oh, Roz, were you chat inspired? No, you weren't. You told
I
me.
am not.
I'm keeping track of these buttons is going to be, a thing I'll need help being reminded of. So please do help me with that. There's actually an alert that'll pop up like every 10 minutes being like, hey, please remind Pixel to check on the inspiration situation.
That's awesome.
Oh, and Roz has inspiration now. Okay. And of course, last but not least, Taylor.
Hey
My
friends,
goodness.
I'm Taylor. I play Enna, and I'm excited to play tonight. And I don't have any chat inspiration.
Okay. Alrighty, folks. Well, I'm Pixel. I'm your GM tonight. I GM the games here at Age of Minor. I also stream on Hammer and Pixel, where we've been playing some Minecraft and a bunch of other stuff. I stream whatever, whenever, because I don't care. My schedule is a mess. Catch me when you catch me, or don't. It's fine. That all having been said, without further ado, when last we left our heroes, they, having slain the giants waiting at the other end of the portal, which Celebane the Druid created at the Standing Stones that transported our party from a hillside not too far from Castle Rend, all the way deep into the Elginwold, made their way into the woods until they reached the Elgin Whites, strange creatures with roughly humanoid torsos and the bodies and antlers of elk, though their humanoid features were more bestial than one would expect on, say, a centaur. The Elgin Whites do not think and speak as humans do, and they posed the party a question. They posed their support conditional on the party solving a confusing riddle involving elements and a number with no specificity. After some deliberation and the ineffectual casting of a few elemental spells, it was Perdita who reasoned that the answer was a few. As, once the elements of air, fire, earth, and water were placed in their proper order based on the clues, the first letters spelled out a few, which is, in point of fact, a number with no specificity. This answer pleased the Elgin Whites greatly, and they offered the heroes a boon. The Swamp Mother would join them as a unit. In combat, when the time comes, a massive, shambling mound will support their troops. Following this, Celebane and Shanty had a short and poignant discussion of their long past, and moves were made towards reconciliation of their misunderstanding, and our heroes made their way back to Castle Rend. Back at Castle Rend, Roz and Perdita shared another emotional moment discussing their shared ancestry, in which Perdita asked Roz to help her in her role as heir of Percules by taking leadership of the Hisker's band of mercenaries to rebuild the glory of their lineage in her stead, because Perdita planned to go with Edmund Bedegar if they were successful in placing the Bedegar line back onto the seat of the barony here. Perdita said that if she were to have taken on the leadership of the Hiskers, as Roz had wanted, she would have made Roz into her right hand, but instead asked Roz to take leadership so that she could stay with the Bedegars, and the two cousins declared themselves sisters. Silas played a slick trick in attempting to help jumpstart Enna's interest in Twilight, the night elf rogue whom the party had freed in the Bedegar jail when they freed Zola Honeycutt at the beginning of the adventure, with whom Enna had seemed a bit smitten from afar. And he had asked Twilight to come to the castle, she had asked Twilight to come to the castle with them when they rescued her. To which Twilight had responded that it was the first time anyone had really seemed to want her to be anywhere. And so, seeing no moves being made by either party, Lord Silas Blackhand, Count of Rent, attempted to play matchmaker by telling both Twilight and Enna that the other had asked to see them that night under the full moon. And it seems they both fell for it and planned to meet, but time will tell. Earlier in the day, however, less cheerful developments occurred. Corin Swiftblade, a spy for the Court of Ren and the employ of the Clock, met with Silas in the stables of the castle to inform him that it had come to their intelligence apparatus's attention that Alice Wymark, a soldier in the character's growing army, was actually an agent for Lord Saxton's despotic regime. Corin suggested that a swift and public execution would send a message to any other spies thinking of working against the character's interests, and make a strong statement that the characters were opposed to Saxton's regime, but did mention that it might also be possible to pass along false information to Saxton's regime. Silas felt that a grisly public execution would be too much like what Lord Saxton would do, but resolved to consider the matter carefully, and asked that Wymark be moved to support the head of the castle's rangers, Orin Orenson, a notoriously paranoid and difficult man who had spent most of his life in the wilderness near Territon after that town was sacked by orcs some 20 years ago. The years in the wilderness have made Orin nigh incomprehensible to the average person, and thus made it highly unlikely that Wymark would be able to glean any important intelligence from him, while Silas and our hearers figure out how to handle her betrayal. But we resume our tale. Just after lunch that afternoon, Silas had planted the suggestion that both Enna and Twilight meet tonight under the full moon, each thinking the other asked for the meeting, and so we have all afternoon at our disposal here at Castle Rend as we take a brief interlude before jumping back into the adventure proper. So, are there any scenes that we need to play out, folks? Does Enna need to, talk to anyone in the party or any NPCs or think about getting ready for the meeting tonight? Is there anything that Solomon is doing since Daniel wasn't at the last session? While this is all going on, does the party want to discuss the spy situation? We sort of ended last time implying that we were jumping right into the scene with Enna and Twilight, but that meeting was kind of set up at lunch, so I sort of want to just give anyone an opportunity if there's anything we need to do before that. So we're going to kind of rewind and jump back in the early afternoon just after lunch if there's anything you all need to do. A long recap today, but it's been a while since we played, so I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on. So, 800 words later, what would you like to do?
Unless somebody else says something, I don't think Solomon would have anything at this particular moment.
Yeah, I think Silas is going to go back to his daily duties, but he's going to set Charlie up, just in a secret spot kind of behind a tree, kind of maybe above the garden in a clearing that two people might be going to later, and just to check on, make sure everything's okay.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
Perdita would like to know if Anna is doing any special preparation for the night, that Perdita might see her primping or anything like that.
Shanty's curious too.
Roz is gonna grab a quick snack and then hide in a bush.
I do have the question though, because I think the way Perdita asked it was good, which is I don't think unless Silas went around telling people, it's kind of up to Enna as to whether or not anyone knows this is happening. So I think Perdita asking if she notices anything in his behavior that might tip them off, or does Enna tell anyone? Totally up to you, but I don't think in terms of meta, I don't think the PCs necessarily have any way to catch on unless, there's sort of an alteration in your behavior or unless you tell them directly. So,
Enna doesn't tell anybody but Shanty. She will tell Shanty. So Enna's gonna actually go up to Shanty, and I wanna girl to girl.
Okay. Yeah. So, where would she find? So we're leaving lunch, and Enna is, thinking about this and decides to go confide in Shanty. Where would she find you here at Castle Ren, Shanty?
Honestly, probably not very far from the dining hall at this point. I'm probably just playing with Garks. Usually am playing with Garks, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Anna sort of makes your way into the dining hall proper. I think we discussed that like you and Silas were eating lunch actually out with the soldiers, maybe as a show of like sort of solidarity with them to not set yourselves too far aloof, because that's where Twilight would have been eating lunch. And so you make your way back inside to find Shanty eating in the dining hall, feeding some leftovers to Garks.
Here you go, Garks.
Anna's gonna approach and she's just gonna stare.
Hey, buddy. You okay?
Can I talk to you?
Sure. What's going on? You seem upset about something.
I'm not upset. I am just confused.
Okay. What's going on, friend? Want to pull up a seat? I'll pull up a not Gark's chair.
All right, Anna sits. So it's come to my attention that somebody has asked me to meet them under the full moon, and I feel excitement, but I don't understand it.
Okay. I think she's probably gonna make exactly the same face I just did. Just very excited, just hands over, trying to keep her cool. Just, okay. So, what do you mean you don't understand? How are you processing this right now? What do you think you need help with? Do you need help with anything? Is there anything I can do?
No, I just want to tell somebody, but I don't want everybody to know.
Oh, understood. So you just want some discretion, not want me to say anything.
Yes.
Of course.
Also, what do I do?
I think you're asking absolutely the wrong person. But
Have you felt this?
honestly, you all are the most people I've interacted with ever.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I am, I guess, processing the same emotions you are. I'm just so excited for you. But, well, I guess there was one person once, and I can understand what it's like to feel excited and nervous at the same time. So how do you think you want to approach it?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, fair.
The blind leading
Okay.
the blind over here.
I know.
All I've ever talked to is a mouse, so I don't know how do you approach this situation. What do I say?
Well, there's a lot of old songs about this, so maybe if nothing else, we can use them as a reference. But to be honest with you, I mean, in terms of people in the party who might be better at this, like Perdita might be our girl, but I don't know.
She's a cat. Oh,
It's,
Yeah, and we all know
a
cats
very
don't have
fine
feelings.
feline.
And we all know cats
She
don't
is.
have feelings. All they want to do is kill.
Okay.
Arrow pops his head out of the bag to chime in.
Don't make me do a perception check.
Well, it makes sense that Arrow would have certain feelings, although you guys have been nice to him. But this is lizard brain stuff. This is deep seated.
Arrow, how do you feel about all of this?
Well, gosh, I don't know. I don't think it works the same for rats, mice, whatever I am. It's out of
He's a
character.
mouse. He's a mouse.
I don't
He's
know
a
if it
mouse.
works the same for mice.
I guess that's
For mice,
fair.
it's all about the pheromones. You know,
Yeah, no, I guess that's fair.
things just
I guess that's
sort of
fair.
happen. In fact, I'm probably the
Well-
first mouse in history that's ever had like enough brain to think about this. So, yeah, this is a
No,
real trip.
that's super fair. Maybe we'll write a song about you one day, Arrow.
Yeah, you can call it
Well,
straight as an arrow.
I actually super love that. Thank you. Titles
Thanks.
are the hardest part.
Aww.
I mean,
Well, I
I
guess
don't know. I guess you should ask yourself, don't feel pressured by like what other people are putting onto you, you know? What do you want? Are you
Sarah
interested
has
in
the
this
point.
person? Do you like spending time with them, or is like,
I do, but what if they don't feel the same? What if this is a lot.
I
yeah,
guess
feelings are hard. I remember when I didn't have feelings, just sort of instincts. That was way easier.
here, buddy. Here.
He just like daps you up, little tiny mouse,
Little tiniest step.
tiniest step. He actually has to like
Love it.
lift his body up to tap you because that's how rat legs or mouse legs work.
So my hand's probably just like inside her bag at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, that is a good point. But would you be comfortable just spending time with them even as friends if they don't feel the same? I mean, I guess you don't always have to go too deep into that, do you? You can just enjoy their company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, which pain will hurt you more? The pain of rejection or the pain of knowing you never tried?
I feel a little bad that Arrow's better at this.
Don't worry about it. I have like a magic gem that makes me way smarter than I'm supposed to be.
You got a good point, buddy. Maybe
Thanks.
maybe I could just learn more about them from this.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
maybe
else, it's
learn
a really nice night.
Yeah, and learn more about myself cuz all I've known is my parents died from some accident. That's it. And my spells. I have a mouse that talks, but that's pretty cool, I guess.
Aw.
Well, you know, anything new in life can be intimidating until you try it. But like, the first step to being okay at something is probably being kind of bad at it, but even when you're not that great at things, learning can be fun. I've learned a lot of stuff recently. I learned how to grill cheese. Do you know how good cheese is when it's warm? You have any ideas?
Cheese?
Fucking game changer, man.
Wow! He doesn't
Just
grill cheese.
the tiniest sandwiches.
What is
Yeah,
what is
cute.
Arrow's wisdom score?
Yeah,
I don't-
seriously.
I don't
Also,
know.
This is turning
Let's
into
see.
a
Stacks on
plot of
stacks on stacks on
Ratatouille.
stacks.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Right.
sure.
Arrow. Well, we had to increase Arrow's intelligence a
Mhm.
lot. Okay, his wisdom score is actually 10, so he is as wise as a normal person. His natural intelligence is 2, but I think with the stone, it probably bumps up to like 10. So you know,
Jesus.
maybe I should
It's
give him
funny.
proficiency in insight, though. Yeah, we're gonna
I
do
think we should
that.
give him
Arrow
I think
is
he
give him a
deserves
seat.
expertise.
Arrow has gained
I mean,
proficiency in insight.
seriously.
It's at least going to be 8 to understand human language.
Yeah, right.
I think he just needs a seat on the council, to be honest.
And his
Philosopher
his
king of
int is going to
Bedegar.
be 10.
Seriously.
Yeah, really.
I don't have like a place I can put that information. I guess I can. It can be just okay. Yeah.
Are you feeling a little bit better?
No.
Okay, well that's valid.
Wait, you play music, right?
I do.
Can you actually do me a favor?
Of course.
Can you be there tonight with your instruments and can you just play like music in the background? Maybe that will make me less nervous.
Absolutely, I can do that. Of course.
Thank you. But don't
Of
look
course.
at me. Don't look at me when you do that.
I won't look at you. And
Thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and grant an inspiration just in case you need it today.
Thank you. And I'll leave Arrow with you.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
You know, I also
Maybe he
feel like
can
I need
come-
to change Arrow's charisma score. I think I think his charisma score is like a 12 now.
Seriously. Stack that shit up.
Level up.
I mean, it's supposed to be 3, but you know. Anyway. Sorry to interrupt. You guys carry on.
Yeah, good.
No, I think I was done if you were done.
Yeah, I think that's we're good.
Okay. Yeah. So you meet up with Shanty, have some surprising insights from Arrow, and of course the revelation that he now knows how to cook cheese. and a request to Shanty to provide some sort of ambient music, sort of atmosphere this evening. What other scenes do we need to do, folks?
We have to get to this. I have to know.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Okay.
I want to know what happens.
Tell the story, GM.
Come on, bro.
Come on, GM. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, I actually have a little bit of music that I personally composed that I think will go well here.
Awesome.
Okay, so the evening approaches and the moon rises. What does Enna do to get ready? Do you just go like in your normal clothes? Do you do anything different? What's the approach here? Is this like, I'm gonna play it cool, we're just hanging out, I'm just gonna go normal, or is this like I gotta make an impression?
I think Anna's gonna try to play it as normal as she can.
Okay.
She does give Arrow a little hat.
Gives
a little
Arrow
top
a
hat.
little hat, a little top
Yeah.
hat. That's the
A
best thing
little
I've ever heard.
Pit.
10 out of 10. Love that decision.
And then she's gonna say Shanty, she's gonna be like, I got Arrow this little hat. Sorry I didn't get you anything.
I'm just so happy to see him in this little hat. I will be okay forever. Thank you.
Okay, please don't look at me.
Nope, I'll be right over here, looking this way.
Thank you.
Should
Okay. Sorry, go
And
ahead.
No, it's okay.
if you really don't want anyone else there, Taylor, that's totally fine. But can we try to make stealth checks?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I guess here's what we'll say. We'll set it. It's not a high DC because this is sort of outside of Taylor's normal routine. Anyone who would like to attempt to like stealth in here, please make a DC, I'm going to say like 6 perception check to start with.
Is it nighttime?
It is evening. So yeah, I
It's
mean, yeah,
evening?
it would be night, yeah, because the moon is coming up.
So I'm a bat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I use my cloak of the bat to be a bat, and I just
Now, so what are you saying? You're saying we get an idea that something is happening
Yeah, I'm saying,
and we try to see if we can stealth in, or are we trying to see if we know something is happening?
so you're trying to do a perception check to see if you notice kind of what's going on. Notice Enna kind of going to the woods.
Well, I thought I did it, but it didn't. A skill
Okay.
check, right?
Yes, it's a skill check. Okay, that's only a 5 from Jesse, or 5 from
No.
Silas. Do you want to spend inspiration on that?
no.
Okay.
Could I?
Wait, but
now-
you also sent make one for your owl because you specifically sent your owl out to scout for this earlier. So
Well, he set it up too, didn't he?
he
Yeah, I
did.
did.
Yeah, you know this is happening, so you actually don't need to make a check. You know what's going on exactly.
Well, Perdita got a 17.
Okay, I think everybody passed the check. So anybody who wants to be aware of this can be.
Well, I think Perdita saw them talking and then saw that the mouse is now sitting on Shanti's shoulder, so she's curious. Does she see, can I see if I see Roz sneaking out already before I want to know if I see what Roz is doing.
So Roz is going, has suspected something, and then if there is an opportunity and a desire, Roz is going to have the Hisker's band with instruments lay in wait in case an orchestra is needed.
Wow, wild, truly wild.
But it's just the band from Aristocats, so it's like, everybody.
Wait, no, I love that. Wait, no, I think that would make Enna less nervous.
Yeah.
It's on deck
Okay.
if
All right.
requested.
Noted.
Okay, well, I think that I see that something is up, and I'm saying, Roz, what are you doing?
We have to get out all of this shit music. We don't have much time.
We're not going to have music during the battle, are we?
Yes, the Hisker's band uses music to terrify our foes and to instill bravery in our siblings.
Oh, well, I'm going to follow you then and see what happens. Is that all right?
Quick, take this tambourine and follow me.
All right.
Okay, so I guess then everybody who's going to be there who is attempting to hide in the bushes, please make stealth checks. We know that Shanty's going to be there, but Shanty, you're trying to hide from Twilight.
Okay.
So,
That's a 29 stealth check from Roz.
do I have a... Okay, hang on. I'm
Oh.
not sure if I actually have a stat block for...
I am the forest, and the forest is
I do.
me.
Guess I-
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I thought I hit that button one time, not three.
oh, I'm absolutely
Apologies.
using my inspiration to roll again.
Oh no, Daniel.
I think Solomon's probably walking through completely oblivious to what's going on, and like trips, balls, hits and punches, supplies, and tumbles,
Oh no.
Like.
and
All
just
right, well,
tumbles.
Perdita got the 28.
Okay, so Nat 1 from Solomon, who makes an absolute clatter as you guys are exiting the castle. And I think the plan is to meet there. I don't think you're walking together. That's a 28 from Perdita. What was that? An 11 from Shanty. Okay, so let's see. Twilight gets a 12. So Twilight notices Solomon and Shanty. But not Roz or Perdita. What?
Do I need to make one as a bat?
No, I don't think anyone would notice a bat.
Okay.
I think
Cool.
that's unless you really want to, but I don't.
Nah, I'm a bat.
See it. Okay. And you're
When
welcome
you
to make
said
any.
that, when you said that, you like disappeared, like from the camera. I was like, holy shit, he's actually a bat.
That would be wild. Hey guys, announcement from Ages of Minor: we've discovered real magic.
Whoa.
You heard it here first, folks.
And it's not just clever video editing; that is real. Okay, and then just for funsies, Anna, you're welcome to make any perception checks you would like. You can
Oh,
make
yeah.
them with disadvantage if you think you'd be too nervous to pay that much attention. But you don't have to, but it's like a character choice I'm offering.
You said roll with disadvantage if she's like too nervous.
Yeah, if you think that you would be not paying that much attention to the surroundings, you know, that might be something that would make sense, but you don't necessarily have to. I'm not like imposing that on you. But
No, I think she would be so nervous that any like snap of a twig, she'd be like, "What's
it's
that?"
hyper aware. Okay.
Yeah. 16.
16. Okay, so yeah, you notice everyone except the two cats stealthier than death hidden in the trees. And we'll let that 29 from Roz, that'll count for the whole Hiskers band. So you've just got a whole crew of cat-like musicians hidden out in the trees. This is a wild scene, guys.
You got like one with an
happening?
accordion, like
Yeah, occasionally, one rogue French horn just.
So Anna, you notice, as does Twilight, and I think maybe you both notice this as you enter the clearing. You know that Shanty was supposed to be there, so you're kind of you clock Shanty, but you also see Solomon making a huge clatter. And we're gonna pop over for just a second because you see that Twilight is not precisely wearing what she's been wearing. Twilight, all of my cameras are out of whack. Hang on, I didn't change these.
Oh.
All right, guys, 1 second. I have to move all the
she
cameras.
got all dressed up.
Yeah, Twilight is wearing this sort of like, when you found her, she was in like prisoner's rags, basically. And she has, of course, had a change of wardrobe now that she's sort of come and joined you guys' army. She has a rapier by her side and is wearing this sort of like flattering aqua and teal number, and sort of sees you approach.
She got all dolled up.
Yeah. What do you? Who speaks first? Is it you or her?
I think Enna's too. So I think she's gonna start sweating when she sees Twilight, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, great Lord, Saint Tane, I did not. I look awful. This is bad. Please come save me right now." And then she's kind of like looking at Solomon, and she's like, "What is happening?" And she's just kind of like standing there, just like kind of sweating a little bit, and she's just like accepting everything that's happening and going wrong right now.
Okay.
Okay. Before I get started, could I just cast calm emotions real quick?
Oh, damn.
On
Okay.
you or
Oh,
No, on Enna. I just gotta find it real quick. I'm so sorry. I know it's in here. Here we go. Nope.
Okay. Range of 60 feet. That definitely makes sense.
Is that doable? Is that a doable
Yeah.
range?
Do you want to hit both Twilight and Enna, or?
How's Twilight seem to be doing?
I mean, I think Twilight is okay. She's fiddling with the hilt of her rapier a little bit, like just sort of I mean, she's an elf, right? So she, unlike Enna, who is very expressive, but she's not quite as expressive. She's a little more reserved. And so, but you sort of like can catch that she's like, her hand is fiddling with the hilt of her sword a little bit. Just not in like a, I'm going to pull this out, but just like to have something to do with her hand sort of way. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it on both.
Okay.
So they
cool.
just need charisma saving throws.
Yeah, you can intentionally fail it if you want, although I don't know that you know what is coming your way. So
I'd have to roll anyway.
Magical Xanax.
yeah, I guess. Pop a quick
Really?
magical Zanny before jumping in here.
Please.
Okay, and your DC is 16, okay? And it's an 8 from Twilight. So Twilight sort of takes a deep breath, and her hands get a little still. And it saves.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So Anna,
Nice
you
try.
feel an attempt at some sort of magical effect coming over you, but
Oh, did I make it worse?
you resist the effect. But you can see that it sort of takes hold of Twilight.
Anna's just like,
And eventually Twilight sort of speaks up and says, "Is everything okay? Seem a little peaked."
yeah, I'm okay. It's kind of warm outside.
Oh, I suppose it is midsummer. by now.
Yeah, it is.
Well, sort of looks up at the moon, and just sort of says, "Here we are."
All right, Anna's gonna like just look up at the moon, and she's just gonna like, and it's like breathe out. You look wonderful tonight.
Oh, thank you. It's not too much, is it? I wasn't sure what to wear.
Oh no, it's great. Yeah, it's great. Sorry, I feel like I underdressed a little bit.
Oh, no, you look fine. You look great.
Thanks.
You always look great.
Oh, well, thank you. I just want to say I'm like for real, like nervous in real life, and I'm actually sweating.
Uh-oh.
This is so cute.
Oh, man.
Hey, we don't want to trigger this young woman. Come on now.
Y'all are torturing me.
Uh-oh. They kind of are. They really.
They put me through the spin cycle. All right.
Is this a cue to start kind of playing?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
So I got a 16.
Okay. Yeah, so like you sort of start into a song. What kind of song is it? What is
Still trying to go for calm. I think
Okay.
is important. You know,
And the moon hits the sky like a.
Yeah.
Wait.
tiny little arrow going, "Thanks, amore."
Oh,
in his top hat? He tips it.
Yes, his fancy top hat.
It's a movie.
Anna looks over and sees Arrow
Uh.
tip his little hat, and she gets really excited, and she goes, and she looks at Twilight, and she goes, Arrow learned how to grill cheese.
Oh. Twilight looks at Arrow and says, "Oh, that's quite impressive."
Right?
He says, "Yeah, it's a total game changer, honestly."
I'm gonna have to make him a little soup now.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
That would be adorable.
Wouldn't it?
Absolutely. A suit?
A soup, buddy, soup.
Oh. Soup. I thought, okay. Who do I need to talk to about a suit?
No, S-O-U-P, soup. Like the potato soup I eat?
You're gonna cook me into a soup?
No.
Okay.
God.
Alright, I got scared for a second there.
God. He just learned how to talk the other day, so it's kind
Yes, where?
he's learning.
How precisely did you come across a talking mouse? I mean, obviously,
Well-
you adventurers, always up to some magical shenanigans. But
Yeah, so we came across this blue orb thing, and then he touched it, and then he started talking. So it had to do something with that, and he just hasn't left the blue orb thing since we got it. So now he makes grilled cheese.
classic. Yep, absolutely. Classic. Well, I suppose we haven't had much chance to talk. You've been so busy running around, killing necromancers and solving riddles and
Yeah.
breaking me out of jail. I don't
Yeah.
suppose I ever got a chance to properly say thank you.
You're welcome. I'm very happy that I did it. Everybody said, no, don't do it. But then I was like, I really want to. So I'm glad I did.
Also, glad you did.
Not to say anything bad about them. I was just saying.
Oh, no, it's understandable. People have preconceptions about incarcerated individuals and, But, I mean, you guys just swooped right in there and killed all those guards. It was, honestly extremely impressive and helpful. So...
Thank you. How long were you in there?
Ooh, that's a great question. Let's find out.
Wait, what did she say?
Oh, look, Roz. I think they are doing the math. That is so sweet.
Actually, I was only in there about a week. That time.
Oh.
Yes, I broke out once before, and they were a little more careful the second time round.
Oh. You escaped jail? That's cool.
She sort of like twiddles her fingers and kind of like flicks her wrist, and a little lockpick comes out. And she sort of like tucks it back in.
And
Be
I was just
prepared.
like, wow. So why haven't you left here? Do you like our group?
Well, you asked me to come with you. And,
Yeah, I guess we did.
well, like I said before, that's the first time anyone's really seemed like they wanted me to be anywhere. So, and it was that or, back to the streets.
Well, that's not fun. Mm-mm.
It can
Well,
be.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it can be fun, but it's better here.
Yeah, I think so too. I lost my parents a long time ago. So I was on my own for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
It's,
Well, I guess maybe not, but it's okay.
I know how that goes. Well, I mean, here we are. What should we do? Do you want to take a walk, or just sort of stand here and talk, or?
Yeah, we can go for a walk.
Where are you from? How did you come to be here doing this?
Well, Can you help me? Where is Anna from? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Anna is, so we're going to stop and do a nice geography lesson here in the Duchy of Erland. Hang on, everyone. Anna is from the Great Woad, which is north of Dalrath. So Dalrath is kind of a big barony that's sort of cut out of this forest, honestly. And then, so Bedegar is here to the south. This is where you guys are currently. And you are in the Forest of Rend. But the Great Woad is way up top. And there's quite a lot of stuff. Elves and all sorts of things. This is also where Soren and Silas are from. So all three of you, your backstories were in the Great Woad. And so you've traveled quite a long way south to make it to Bedegar. Precisely why you did that, we don't exactly know. What we do know is that at some point, not too long after Lord Saxton sort of did his coup, you and the rest of the adventurers were in the Bedegar Keep Town. You knew Taste the Wizard some way or another, and he requested that you all take a package to Pinna, his assistant who lives in Gravesford and who now shares the tower in your castle with, I think, with Silas. So that is sort of your shorthand backstory there.
Okay, Anna says all that.
Okay, great. I see. I'm well, originally, I suppose, I am from the abode of the Orchid Court, but I haven't been there for a long time.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Well, a bit close-minded and insular.
Oh. Not as fancy as I thought, I guess.
Yes. Nobody's perfect, right?
I suppose not. I've been working on my spells.
Oh. Do tell.
So, well, besides talking to dead people, I really like I really like nature. And do you want to do this thing I can do?
I'm gonna say yes. She
Cool.
looks a little sort of like worried, but
Okay. So Anna's gonna cast create or destroy water, and she's gonna create like a little like water orb like in her hand.
yeah, she sort of like looks at that quite interested. Also, Taylor, you get some inspiration.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, thank you.
And yeah, she sort of like looks at that and just sort of like examines it. I think the moonlight sort of glitters on the surface of this little orb. And she sort of like tentatively reaches her hand out to touch it, but like doesn't quite touch it.
It's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. It's just water.
She sort of like pokes it a little bit. And what happens? Does it like collapse? Does it just like get her finger like wet a little bit? Like what happens when she pokes this orb?
It like does it. So you know when you touch water and it like ripples, it like kind of does that. It's like a blob. Like it just like.
It's just sort of.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. I can't do anything like that. Check her sheet. Can she do anything like that? Oh, well, not really. I can do this, and she sort of like flicks her hand, and a little orb of light appears in the middle, in the center of it.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's well, it's the blessing of the moon.
The moon. And then Anna like looks up. Do you know the moon?
I know the moon. No, I think millennia ago, our people were blessed by the moon, and now everyone in our sort of lineage just can kind of do this.
Wow. That's really cool. I wonder if, and then Anna goes to put the water on the light, so it's like a little water light. I don't know,
Yeah.
like a lantern, I guess, a water lantern.
Yeah, you sort of like put your hand over, and she kind of puts her hand over, and just like her hand is like just above yours a little bit as like the water and the light sort of go together. And yeah, the light, it doesn't have any physical capability, so it just like is fully absorbed into the water and creates this like scattering, you know, like under a pool, right?
Yeah.
When you see the sunlight and it's like scattered by the refractions of the surface. It's basically that, but it's just all around this little clearing. This just like silver shimmering light. And as she sort of like holds her hand there, are you guys, I guess, like facing each other in this moment, or?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the back of her hand just like rests gently on your palm.
Aww. Okay,
It's,
Anna gets nervous again.
Um,
Okay, I see a spell popping up in chat. What's this about?
Well, I could set the mood a little better if you wanted.
Okay.
Roz lets out a gentle, soft purr, and it forms into rippling waves of air that she begins to stretch into strings. And then she stretches them out and plucks them. And the sound gently trickles down from up above in the trees where she is. And suddenly, Enna finds herself in a beautiful moonlit glade filled with blossoming wildflowers.
Mm.
And the perfume of the flowers, the beautiful, soft scent floats up and it embraces you. And Roz looks at the Hiskers band, and they all pick up their instruments ready to play. And the air, almost like little fireflies, is filled with glittering lights. And you just hear very soft.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, and you stand in this sort of like shimmering glade. And I think Twilight sort of, after a moment of like looking around the glade, I think she just like looks in your eyes, and off of both of your faces, there's just like this sort of shimmering, water light. There's the music in the background. There's the flowers. What do you do? If anything, I don't know. What happens next? Her hand is gently, the back of her hand is gently in your palm as the water and the light sort of cast this, light around the glade.
All right. Anna's gonna look back at Twilight because she's also like, oh my god, like, look at all these flowers. And then she's gonna go in for a kiss.
Yes! Oh, and you two, under the moonlight in the hallucinatory terrain with the water and the light shining in the glade, share a tender kiss. And I think that is where we will leave this scene. I think we can decide precisely what any of that means later. I think that's enough for that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to go on so long.
I think everyone was loving that, so.
It was wonderful.
I was so happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I imagine that like Silas, Shanty, Perdita, and the Hiskers band all go like, all right, time to go. And just like you hear just a cacophony of instruments. And they're just like,
yeah, I think like you're maybe so lost in that moment, right? And while that it's a long and tender kiss, and while all of that is happening, everybody else, like as carefully as possible, retreats so that when the moment comes back, I think the terrain still looks the same because hallucinatory terrain lasts for 24 hours, and so the glade still looks the same, but everyone else has retreated, and the two of you are alone in the moonlight glade, and that is sort of where we leave that scene. And the next day dawns. The dew on the grass, the sun cresting over the tree line into Castle Bedegar, or Castle Rend. You guys have some other business to attend to, I believe. What would you like to
Silas
do?
is going to he's gonna wait up or kind of get up early to see if Inna comes back with with her shoes in her hands, kind of.
Oh my god.
But he's also going to go down to the basement and start setting up a room. And DM, with your permission, I'm actually going to send you a Facebook message with a few requests.
Sure.
Real quick, but in the meantime, I'm also going to call everyone to the central chamber to discuss Alice.
Okay.
As Roz walks in, she's humming a tune. I will do anything for love, but I won't do that.
And that just looks over at Roz and is like, why are you singing that?
Oh, no reason.
And I just turns around to not look at Roz.
Oh no, it's okay. Ross just had bad cheese last night. That's all. That's all.
Did you know you could grill cheese? Arrow showed it to me. It's amazing.
The little
Arrow
sandwiches
showed
are
you?
so small.
Well, I had like 8 of them.
Oh, and Anna, speaking of arrow, I found this last night on my way into the castle, and someone said that it belonged to him, so I am returning it to you now.
Anna snatches it from Perdita and she says, "Oh, thank you. He was playing dress up last night, and he wanted to wear it."
Well, he just, I'm sure, looked charming.
Yeah,
And
I
it
felt
was
like a
tiny
dashing and
little-
handsome man.
You were dashing and handsome, the handsomest.
Sarah, would you like me to make you a little suit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm worried I'm gonna get soup on it though.
You might, buddy.
It's okay. It's not a soup suit. Got to be careful.
Can you make
We
one of
are
those?
all up and moving early this morning. What is
You
happening?
guys have a lot of magic. Could somebody make a soup suit?
I think Silas, after calling everybody, kind of comes in a little bit later, stretches, and says, "Did anybody see that moon last night? It's super nice." And kind of looks at Anna and knowingly.
Anna shoots him a glare and kind of low growls. I can't growl. I can't do a low growl.
And then he says, well, we have some unfortunate news, and I wanted to run it past everyone while we were all sitting here. Do you all remember Oren's newest assistant, Alice Wymark?
Yes.
We've received word that she is possibly a spy.
Oh, no.
DM, do we know... We've worked with this person for a minute. Do we know kind of her stats? Would she be like a fighter, or is she more along the lines of just like a person?
No, I mean she's a soldier for you guys, so she's probably a low level fighter, maybe first or second level. She's not like a, incredible warrior as far as you know.
Right. Okay.
Although she may, from what you've seen, she may be hiding ability, by if she's a spy,
Sure.
she may have some stealth and some sneak attack and stuff that hasn't come up yet because she's been pretending to be a knight. But
we need to find out what she has talked about, and we need to do it today. Solomon, you're with me. We're gonna go get her.
Understood.
I've prepared a room downstairs, in which we will all talk to her. Anna, have you prepared Zone of Truth today?
Yes, sir.
Roz, you're going to be our lead on this. It's going to be good count, bad cat, if you know what I mean.
I do not appreciate that word, but I understand. I will get another jar ready.
Uh,
We're all going to be in a room together.
that's true.
Just putting that out there.
Shanty, you'll be back up for inspirations as well as general persuasion. I'm hoping that this won't be messy, but it's possible it could be a fight. Perdita, that's where you come in. I want you prepared to take her down as quickly as possible if it comes to that.
Well, then it would be very good if while you are talking to her, you are close to her.
Can do. All right, team, let's go. And I'm going to take Solomon, and we're going to go to Oren's, and where Oren is stationed, and essentially we're going to grab her, but peacefully. I don't want to tip her off if possible.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you're trying to get the drop on this spy.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and give me stealth checks.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
An 18 from Roz.
Nice. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Where's
Although that's
that?
well, yeah, that's okay. 18 from Roz.
12.
It's actually a
Ooh.
7 from
Yikes.
Enna and a 3 from, because you have this. Those with the heavy armor have disadvantage, and I think Enna
Oh,
has.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
right.
want us
Damn.
all to roll? I'm sorry.
11.
I didn't think we all went.
I think the ones I really need are Silas and Solomon. So we got a nat
Yeah, so
20 and a
Just
nat
kidding.
Nat
the
1.
full gamut. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on one second. I have to do something.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna burn chat inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, this might be the time for it. 8's better than a 1.
It is.
Okay. Folks, do a thing here.
Yeah, Silas is just like just gliding quiet as a mouse next to doom, 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 doom.
You know what? I'm a bird DM inspiration. Why not?
No, I don't know for this.
Yeah.
That's a lot of burning. I do what you want, but yeah.
No, I understand.
Just one more roll, bro. Just one more roll.
Yeah,
you can do
one
it. You just
more.
need one more.
One more.
Anything to roll the dice.
It's all gonna work out. You just gotta roll one more time.
James, you're really gonna make me do it.
Peer pressure. Peer.
I realized I didn't have a staff block ready for that.
No, I'm sure Silas has like invisibility or something.
I got tons of shit. Yeah. So if it comes down to it, yeah.
If they try the run, I always have hold person.
Oh, me too. So
Yeah. So we got this.
Okay. Yeah, so an 8 and a nat 20. I guess I need to make a thing for them. Hang on. Ready. Okay.
What do you guys think of the Hiskers Band Orchestra? Over the top, or
that's
It
hilarious.
was great.
Primo stuff.
I do want to see them play Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, though.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I have to practice for that.
Yeah, you guys come upon Alice. We've got a. I'm I'm going to take the average of that and see where we end up, although I don't think we can possibly make it, but yeah, okay. So she does seem to know you guys coming. So basically what happens is this. You all are approaching, and you get the sense that she's maybe been tipped off by the fact that she was like reassigned a little bit to Oren's thing. So you approach, they're out in the woods doing some drills with the Rangers, and she is acting as Oren's assistant. And you guys sort of approach, and she sees you coming, and basically just bolts. So what I'm going to need from you all is roll me a D100, and we're going to see how many feet away from you guys she is when she starts running.
1D100?
Yeah, 1D100.
Do you want me to roll it, Daniel?
Go ahead.
That's 18 feet.
She's like, so you guys get right up close before she catches on.
I'm immediately cast hold person.
Yeah, so let's go ahead, and we're not going to do like a full combat here, but let's roll a quick initiative.
Okay.
If you guys beat her, it'll be very easy to do. She's got a 17. Solomon has a 21. Okay. So I'm just going to put a turn order in here. We're going to do Alice.
While he's doing that, did Daniel use chat inspiration?
Yes,
I did.
Okay, then you don't have it anymore whenever the DM gets a quiet moment. Did Jesse use it?
No.
No.
I haven't used it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Perdita. I appreciate you catching that for us.
Well, I
okay,
saw the Moobot.
So, yeah. I figured that's what it was. Thanks, Moobot. Nope, that's not what I need.
Yeah.
We're not going to go on to like a battle map or anything, but okay. All right, so just Solomon and Silas are here for this little quick initiative. Solomon, you do have the jump. Go ahead and cast that spell.
I did at second level.
Okay. Cool. So that means that Alice is making a wisdom saving throw. Is that right?
Wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
and they have to beat a DC 15.
DC 15. Okay. It's a +2 to this roll. And exactly gets a 15. Okay. So, resist the effect of the spell and bolts.
Okay. How far are they going?
They can bonus action dash. So they have effectively a speed of 90 feet. I believe. Yeah, 30 feet times 3. So they action dash and bonus action dash. They get 90 plus 18 feet away. They are 108 feet away from you guys.
Okay.
And that comes to Silas's turn.
Okay. I will cast the Blade Song.
Okay.
And then Haste.
Okay.
And I will be on top of her.
Okay.
Silas the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That allows me to essentially run. That allows me this turn to run 80 feet.
Okay.
Using movement. I'll be 30 feet away from her.
Okay.
At this, yeah. So, whoops, forget that. But yeah.
Okay, so you are 30 feet away, and that is with your action to cast haste, your bonus action to go into the Blade Song.
Yes.
And then you get an extra action from haste, right?
Oh, that's true. But I do, but oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll use it to close.
Okay.
I mean, I have, that's, I'd have 50 feet of extra movement. I'm right on top of her, directly on top of her. She's not getting away without taking hits.
Very good. Solomon, that comes back to you.
I'm going to attempt another hold person at level 2.
Okay. All right. She's going to make another saving throw.
Hold up. I got to move 30 feet, then attempt it.
Okay. So that is, she only rolls a 5, so she is held.
Good.
All right, we got her.
At the end of her turn, she can attempt to break the hold, which she does not do. That brings us to Silas.
Okay, I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
and say, "Come peacefully, walk with me, do not leave my sight."
Okay, and that is another
wisdom
wisdom
save.
saving throw. Okay, what's your DC?
My DC is a 16.
16. Okay, another wisdom save. That is only a 13. You are
Okay.
successful.
All right.
We got him, folks.
Okay.
We got him. I
All
think
right.
with that, she should be completely under the spell. There's no save per turn.
Yeah, it just she does it until she completes what you've said. So
Right.
limited to a sentence or two. So you said, "Come with me."
Come with me. Do not. What did I say? I said, "Come with me. Do not resist. Stay in my sight." And she has to follow that for 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay. So you guys make your way. We can go back off the map now. You bring this person back to the castle, into the room in the lower part. As you go back into the basement of Castle Rend, there was that one big hole in the wall that the orcs kind of dug out and threw all their trash in. That's been repaired. You know that there's that like secret room kind of behind under in like the southwest corner of the place, where you found all the treasure, but you actually take her into one of the other rooms. Probably like the first, like you come down and around the corner, and like the first room to your left as you come around the corner into like the main hallway of the downstairs area. And you take her into this room, which has been pretty much cleared out. There is a chair sitting in the middle of the room, which you have her sit in, and I assume you tie her to the chair.
Yeah, we are going to bind her. If we have manacles,
okay,
I'm going to use those. I imagine we would.
I would think so, because I think the castle probably had manacles in it, like somewhere, and there's blacksmiths and stuff here. So I think, you probably have, the idea, like it's a war, like there's going to be prisoners of war, there's going to be spies, there's going to be all kinds of things. I think somebody would have bought manacles from a blacksmith at some point. So I'll say that right. Totally makes sense.
I'm also going to fix her face. I'm going to put a bind in it for now.
Okay.
Like a I guess a gag, and make it to where she can't see behind her. She can't move her head.
Okay.
And I will turn to the group. I'll actually walk them right outside for a minute, and I will say,
I am going to ask, how precisely do you intend to hold her neck in place? Like, what are you using to do that?
If possible, we could either like put a manacle around her neck, or have like a some kind of like essentially a collar that would, like, if she pulled one way or the other, it would start to choke her. But
I'm gonna make this I'm gonna say this is a luck check, and it's gonna be a tough one.
Sure.
We're gonna roll a D100. If you get 75 or higher, I'm gonna say that you have access to something that will do this. Because it doesn't seem to me like something that normally would just be on hand, right?
I'm happy just to tie her head to the chair like that. But anyway, 81.
81. Okay, yeah. So you managed to cobble something together and get her, well and truly stuck on this thing. And I'm going to say it probably takes 45 minutes of walking through the forest from where they were doing drills. Sure. So you've got, 7 hours and 15 minutes approximately. Plus the time it takes to bind her. An hour has passed since the suggestion's been cast. So
sure. Okay. I'll take the group outside and just say, things are about to get dark. I need you all to trust me. And just know that it's for the good of the people we are protecting. And I'm going to walk back inside.
As follows, dunking one of Oren's socks into one of her piss jars.
I'll turn to Enna and say, Enna, please cast Zone of Truth.
You got it.
Is it possible? Is the room large enough for us to stay out of it?
That's a great question.
If not, that's okay.
I'm
just curious.
It might be. Hang on a second. I gotta. Okay. Let's look at. I need the text of Zone of Truth. I'm gonna borrow your sheet for a second, Anna. Grab that.
Yeah, tonal shift.
Zone of Truth. Lemo. Okay. Zone of Truth is a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choosing within range. I wasn't necessarily going to go to a map, but we actually are going to go to a map. Oh, hi, Soren.
So, in
Some
dunking
of you people aren't
Oren's
here.
filthy, crusty, tattered sock into one of Roz's famous piss jars, she's going to pull it out and kind of like whip it over her head, letting the excess fluid drip off, but also flicking it at our soon to be interrogated spy and cast Bane.
Okay. So give me a second,
okay.
because I do have some other stuff to adjudicate before we get there. Real quick.
And that will make her saving throws worse for the Zone of Truth.
Okay. Understood.
Perfect.
Okay, so it is a
that's where we are. No.
Everybody gets hit with a little bit of piss.
No.
If you can't take the
15-foot
piece,
radius.
get out of the dungeon.
This is a 5, 10, 15-foot radius. Okay, so this is the room. It is not. The room is not big enough, I don't think. Well, maybe if you center it on the wall in the back. Yeah, I think it is big enough that if you center it directly on the wall in the back, you guys can be in the front side of this room. Actually, let me go to the map since it kind of matters for these purposes. And you guys might not have light in here. Let me just give some. I'm assuming there's torches, so we're just going to real quick do a thing. Sorry, I'm reusing a map from like the old version of the keep, which actually makes me think, did I redo this dungeon? I'm not sure whether I did or not. Is this? No, this is the old version. Castle Rend repaired. I didn't do a repaired version of the dungeon, which is fine. Okay. So let's see. Let's just real quick go to the dynamic lighting. Drop something in here. We'll just. Okay, just to make sure everybody can see. Bam. All right, great.
Nice.
Okay,
All
so,
right.
And this is Zone of Truth. There we go. Okay. And so you're casting Bane on her.
Yes, on
Anna's
Weimar.
spell save is 15, and it's a wisdom save?
Charisma. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And Roz's so Roz's spell save is also 15.
Okay. I believe you know if a creature makes the save, but it has to make the save. Let's look at this wording on Zone of Truth. Until the spell ends, if you enter the spell's area for the first time or turn or start your turn there, you must make a charisma save. Okay. So we've got 10 minutes. And she makes the first save, and you know that, Anna. So every 6 seconds, she'll have to make that save. So eventually, she'll fail it. But it's kind of a question of how much time does she spend resisting it. Right? So we're at 6 seconds in. We're going to make another save. Also, Bane only lasts for a minute. So there's no way she's going to save for that long. But
pounds her fists down on the chair. You'll talk. They all talk. Eventually.
Anna's spell save is 50. She makes the second save. So we're 12 seconds in. She is fighting hard. And that's a nat 1. Okay. So
trust me,
18 seconds have passed. So you guys have 9 minutes. And what is that? 60 minus 18? I can't do that math.
42.
Thank you. You've got 9 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock until this spell wears off. And baby, we are going to do it by the book.
Okay, so Silas is going to rip the gag out and say, you have one opportunity to make this right. Tell me everything that you've given to the opposition, and I promise you, you will make it out of this. Otherwise, I'll look to Roz.
And Roz is squeezing out Oren's sock menacingly.
Okay. So what kind of check do you guys think? I think Roz would be an intimidation check.
I want to give the help action to Roz.
For help action. Okay, so Roz,
Yes,
make an
please.
intimidation check with advantage.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Okay.
A 10.
Oof. All right.
Yeah. No. This is we're going.
Can I give Roz my chat inspiration to re-roll that?
No. Roz has chat inspiration. If Roz wants to spend it,
that's fine.
All right.
Where are you? Intimidation.
19.
Well, I don't think it's gonna have. I think we got to take the 14. I don't think we.
Oh,
take
okay.
the 19.
If Silas burns his inspiration, can he give me the help? It's fine. We'll take the 14.
Take the 14. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw. That's what we're gonna do.
That seems fair.
Oh, that's Twilight. That's not the right person. Twilight would have failed, but let's see how Alice
Also,
does.
don't forget the Bane.
And the Bane.
Yeah, don't forget the Bane.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Bane.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the last thing Bane is going to apply to because the minute will have passed. But
Trust me, you'll want to talk to my friend. He's more accommodating than I am.
So she fails. She fails the Constitution saving throw. Also, let me show you guys, Alice. Did I make a handout of Alice? I don't think I did. We're going to add handout Alice Wymark. I need to grab a file. Stand by, everyone.
Better be pausing that clock.
Accurate.
I did pause the clock. Okay, where is... I guess we'll put it... I don't need the token. I guess this isn't... Hang on. All my tokens are jacked up. We are still paused. I have not restarted the clock. Reclaiming my time.
You want to do it by the book? Then I demand the book.
Hang on. Stand by, everyone. We're getting there. Okay.
How is everyone else reacting to this?
Yeah, what is everybody? So as we'll resume the thing here in a second, but this is Alice. She's sort of a severe-looking woman with her sort of brown hair tied back in a bun. She is in full armor and has a warhammer. Although from the way she was running earlier, you get the sense that maybe that's not her normal skill set. But what is everybody else doing as Roz is whipping piss around the room and all of this is happening?
Solomon's guarding the door.
Solomon's guarding the door, okay.
Perdita has her eyes glued to the sock.
Shanty is near Perdita and attempting to look intimidating and posting up as small as she is while also covering her nose from the pea smell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anna's just standing there with her arms crossed, trying to look intimidating as her eyes are watering from the ammonia of the piss.
Yeah.
And you see Silas in view of Alice. He's kind of sitting there with a almost like a crucible from like a blacksmithing thing that he had set up, and there is a hot poker sitting in it.
Damn. Okay. Well, she fails that Constitution save. She gets a 2 versus the 14. So you sort of see she just kind of like deflates. She knows that she's beaten. She is under the zone of truth. and she has to tell you what she told them.
Technically, she doesn't have to say anything, but if
Yeah.
she's scared of us,
Right. Well, I think she has to. It's like if she says anything, it has to be the truth. And
Right.
you successfully intimidated her, so she is.
great.
Oh God. Anyway, so she sort of, like I said, she deflates, and she's like strapped to this chair. She can't turn her head. And are you guys behind her or in front of her now?
I'm in front of her, just kind of
Okay.
turning this poker.
Got you. Because here's the thing. Let's put it this way. You said that you wanted to turn her, you put her in such a way. I'm off. Clock's still off. I'll turn it on when she starts talking. You wanted to put her in such a way that she couldn't turn her head behind her.
Correct.
But is she facing the back wall or the front door? Because if she's facing the front door. Okay. Because because the only way to not be in the zone of truth then is to be in front of her. And it's like, so, okay. All makes sense. Okay,
I understand.
Great. So she sighs and says, I told him everything I could. Troop movements, where you were going, what you were doing, as far as we knew it. Told him what your lieutenants were up to when you went off gallivanting.
Now tell me why.
Well, it's my job, isn't it?
Was it the money? Was it the loyalty?
Well, the money didn't hurt, but the old Baron. He put my father out of business, he did. Years back. Well, when things changed, seemed like an opportunity to I don't know, get in good with the new order. Get a little revenge. By the way. So when we heard his whelp was running around, I knew which side of that coin I was landing on, yeah.
You all, the people who know Silas well, hear that at the mention of Edmund, and there's just a little twitch where he loses his cool and then kind of pushes it back down. Silas is going to take the poker out, and it is white hot. And it's actually a brand like you would put on a blacksmith's sword. And those paying attention realize that it's in the shape of a bee. Silas is then going to pull down his cloak and say, you know what the worst thing about being branded is? And there's a bee on him. It's not the heat that gets you. You don't even feel it really at first. It's ice cold. And he's going to walk around her.
Okay. You'll have to start making saves from Zone of Truth. I hate to do that.
I would actually wink at Anna probably in this moment to probably drop it, because I think we're good, if that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Anna bows her, shakes her head. I got you.
And he'll say, it's the cold that hits you first before the pain. And he's then going to cast Ray of Frost on the opposite side of the poker and shove it into her back.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It's
Make
freezing cold.
a deception check with. We'll say with advantage.
Roz is gonna give Bardic.
Okay. Hell yes.
Okay. How do you do that in this moment? What does that look like?
Roz is, as Silas goes around the back, Roz leans in and grabs both of the arms of the chair, leaning in. Now you've done it. You have upset the Black Hand.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys. This is sort of Box of Doom style here. She rolled a nat 20 on her insight check with a 24. So Silas, you're going to have to beat a 24 on this deception. Now you have Bardic Inspiration, you have DM and chat inspiration, so you've got a lot of tools at your disposal. But I just want to let you know.
I might burn it all on this just to like get it. Okay. My deception's not amazing. What's the Bardic?
It's a D8.
It's a D8. Okay. All right. So I got to beat a 24.
Does anyone have like guidance or bless?
Well, I might have
guidance would be for
something.
skill checks.
I
Bless
might
is
have
only
something.
for attack and saving throws. So
Can I get a guidance off of it, Anna?
I have guidance. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So you can
Okay.
add another D4 on that.
Okay.
So you're rolling a D20, a D4, and a D8. I'm going to ask in advance if you're spending inspiration to get advantage. And then if you want to spend more, we'll deal with that. But I do want to find out before if you're going to go ahead and burn that inspiration.
Yes.
Is that chat or DM inspiration?
That'll be chat in this case.
Okay, so we're going to burn that chat inspiration. You're rolling with advantage plus a D8 plus a D4. Can you crack that 24, kids?
That's a 14. I'd have to get pretty high on the D8. And
Yeah, you could add a possible plus 12 to this. So it's still within the realm of possibility.
possible. I'm gonna burn the DM inspiration
Okay.
to try to get
So
higher
we'll
than a
roll
14.
one more D20
Yeah.
plus 2 on this.
Come on.
We'll take the left roll on this. Oh,
Damn it. Okay. So does that leave me with a 14 or
leaves you with a 14. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the D8. A 4.
It's
That's
an
an 18. That's a 19.
19. So you put this cold on her back, and you've got inspiration back. You put this cold on her back and just sort of like sucks her teeth a little bit, and then kind of starts chuckling at you. I didn't think you had it in you. Turns out you don't.
Oh, well. And then I'll stick it around and shove it into her chest. The hot
Cool.
side.
Okay, damn. Okay. I'm gonna say roll a D8
Okay.
plus 2. We'll just see how much damage that does.
It's 9.
9. Okay. So she hang on.
If they're restrained, then it should be an auto crit.
It's true.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's the
She's
attack's
not
at advantage,
incapacitated.
but- yeah.
It's an auto crit if she's like unconscious or incapacitated, but she's just restrained.
But is she wearing this armor? So has he hit the armor or her?
I would think if you guys wanted to have removed,
I think we stripped
yeah,
them.
probably
Yeah.
remove the armor. So
Alright.
she's sitting there in like her, and like under armor, people wear like padded clothes and stuff. Like she's not, so she's just so you burn through her like jerkin or whatever as you ram this, and she, sort of lets out a grunt in pain.
My
and your
count. I thought
noses
I
are-
was the bad cat.
Yeah, your noses are filled with this smell of like it smells like burning pork.
I'm going to lean in really close and cast Minor Illusion in my hand, and she will see a face. I say, this was a young farm boy. He died in a scouting mission. It was your fault. And then I'll take the poker off and do it one more time in a different spot. And I'll take another face and say, and I'll just run through recent deaths of people. Yeah, I'm pretty pissed off.
Okay. So I'm gonna say like hitting her with numerous of these. Are you planning to kill her right now, or do you
No.
want to stop before she dies?
I'll definitely keep her alive.
Okay. So she is tremendously burned, branded numerous times over her torso. Just sort of like sitting there panting heavily.
I will say the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to take you to the family of every single person I showed you. And you're going to tell them why their family is dead. And then, when you're done, you will die.
And then you will die.
She says, "Thank you for giving me one more chance to twist the knife."
We'll see. And then I think I let Solomon kick her in the head, knock her out.
All right, Solomon like stomps.
Okay.
Just see a foot.
Yeah, you can
What?
knock her out.
I'm going to turn to the rest of the people and say, I'm going to drop the brand and I'm just going to apologize that they saw that. I want our people to understand this is war, and we are trying to protect them, but sometimes we will fail. And it is on her, but it's also on us. And I shoulder that responsibility. And I think with that, Silas is going to thank everybody and make sure that she cannot get away with whatever chains, manacles, whatever it takes. She has nothing on her besides a potato sack for clothing, and he's gonna check on Edmund, make sure nobody's messing with him.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless anybody has anything to say.
Yeah. Well. So yeah, that's I guess what I first want to ask is like, what is everybody up to in this moment as you guys head back upstairs? Some of your sort of people kind of, she's unconscious. They pick her up and take her to the sort of makeshift dungeon, which I'm probably gonna say was put into like one of the far rooms of the keep in the bottom of it somewhere. But what is everybody doing?
I think Solomon is going to go with the transport to the dungeon.
Okay. Yeah, so that's easy enough. You can go supervise that. Are you just like keeping watch, or is there anything you're trying to like say to the people who
I
come and
was
pick her up, or-
actually going to do something not violent. I swear.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
promise.
sure. Hey.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I interrupted you, friend. Go.
But what I was going to say was that when they put her in the cell, Solomon was actually going to walk up and use his lay on hands to cure the damage dealt.
Okay.
And he's going to say, even though you don't deserve it, and he's going to step out of the cell and have him lock it. And then he walks away.
Okay. Yeah, I think she like barely comes to enough to catch that. I don't think she necessarily says anything.
Roz would like to speak with the Count, whether everyone's present or not.
Okay. I think after checking on Edmund for a bit, you probably find Silas in his room.
My count, a word.
You hear some shuffling. He answers the door. I'll give you a free insight check if you want to take it.
Absolutely. 5.
Well, let's see.
You are so dewy. Have you been exercising?
Not quite, Roz. You doing okay?
My count, it is my purpose to record the tales of valor of my companions and ultimately to leave a legacy in the written word and oral history and in song for those who follow to know an example of what great deeds they can also accomplish. I do not know what to write of this day, for I can find no valor in it.
There was none, Roz. There was none. This was revenge. This is revenge for the people who can't take it, and for those who haunt me, as it's our fault they're dead. I lost my temper down there, and I don't feel good about it, but there's no valor here, Roz, and you can write that as well.
While other tales may have embellishments and strategic omissions, with your permission, I believe the truth is what we can present as a lesson to those who come after us.
Raj, you will never need my permission to tell the truth.
And yet I ask it anyway, out of respect for my count and my friend Silas.
He's actually gonna hug Roz, if permitted, just a slight one. And you can tell that Silas he's been crying.
Roz is a little stunned at first. Kind of the way, when a cat shows its belly and you touch it and it lashes out. But that lashing out turns into a slow embrace. And the jingle of cat teeth, canines worn around Roz's neck, can be heard as you press against her. We have all lost so many, and their reminder of their absence will never heal completely. But it is the comfort of those who remain that keeps us moving forward, my count.
I understand. I was told by... What was his name? Switchblade.
Shadowblade? Wait, what's it? I know this. Stand by, everyone. Swiftblade. Corin Swiftblade.
Swiftblade. I was told by Swiftblade to hang her in the square and make a show of it, but I don't think that's the way we should play this. I will have her paraded in front of all those who have recently lost loved ones due to the information that she gave away. And she will be made to apologize. She will be brought low. And then when we're done, we will quietly execute her. I want the punishment not to be in her death, but to be in her trying to, at least, or appear to, at least, make it right.
May I offer my thoughts on this matter, my count?
Absolutely.
You only have one life. And as I come to understand how precious that is, I have also come to understand that during that life, you may change. And perhaps in the course of her penance, you give her the same opportunity. And perhaps you yourself may change what you wish would happen to her. I only ask that you give yourself the opportunity to change.
I'll pat Roz on the shoulder and we'll consider this.
My count. And Roz takes a very deep bow and backs out of his room.
Okay, Shanty, I think we're going to jump in earlier. What were you up to?
I just want to check on Inna and Perdita and see how they're doing. So, where might I find you both?
Well, Perdita actually was just waiting for Roz to step away from Silas's door. And she was going to roll around the door frame. So as Silas starts to turn away from Roz disappearing, he sees movement out of the corner of his eye. And Perdita rolls around the door and looks at him and says, "Did I see that you are marked also?"
Correct. That's an older
How
one,
did
though.
that happen, Silas?
I pissed off the man who originally raised me. I couldn't tell you why. I was very young, but it wasn't the first time something had happened, but it was the worst. Shortly after that, fortunately for me, I found my father. Not my real father, but the man who became my father. It wasn't a lie. I do know what that's like.
Silas, it is true that we have done terrible things. It is also true that if we had the ability, we would put the spy into his place. I did that very many times for Edmund. I did it knowing that if I were discovered, something truly horrible could happen to me in many instances. I did it because I wanted to help Elster and his family. We must be careful. We must be very careful that we do not become what we hate. I think this has hurt you and hurt you badly. And possibly you're going to suffer more pain from this than that woman. Take care, Silas.
Thank you, Perdita.
I apologize to you sincerely, but I can no longer call you my lord.
I understand.
And Perdita walks away.
Okay. So yeah, I suppose after that, Shanti would be able to track down Enna and Perdita somewhere. Where do you think that is?
I'm probably heading up to the main room.
Sounds good. I'll convene there also.
Are you with us, Anna?
Yeah. Anna will be in the main room.
Okay. So we have seen a bad thing this afternoon, and it is awful the things that happen. Are you all right?
Unfortunately, I've seen way too much of that in my life, so torture is nothing new. But I didn't expect that from Silas. And I don't know how to feel about it.
I went and talked to Silas briefly. You know, he is also marked and has suffered. He told me that someone that he cared about did that to him. And I think he has carried that pain for a very long time. We are all learning, as we are learning to know each other and to come together and to fight together and to kill terrible things and to be as brave as we can, but sometimes we aren't so brave. And sometimes we make mistakes. That person betrayed us and betrayed us badly.
It's not that I don't think they deserved it. I mean, the way they were talking about Edmund, that's a child. Absolutely not. That was appalling. I don't know how... I don't know how comfortable I can be in the presence of someone who can snap like that, though. Which I understand. We're all learning. We all make mistakes, but... As you said, I don't know. Anna, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. I understand. It was it was really tense, but I do understand where Silas is coming from. Someone killed my parents. You know, everybody knows it by now. Anyway, I'm just saying, if I found that person, I probably would tear him limb to limb and make him suffer and torture. But I can see how not many others would go that way. It's not good. I'm not proud of those thoughts. But when those kinds of emotions are brought to the surface, it's hard to keep it cool, I suppose.
I would also say, not to interrupt, but as the person who's known Silas the longest currently in the group, him snapping is pretty out of character for Enna to see. And so just do with that what you will, but him losing it like that is not something that happens often, and it's something got to him.
Anna, you speak the most wisdom that I have heard today.
Thank you.
I listen to what you say, and Shanti, you and I have been friends, and we will be together on this, and we both have to work through it. Perhaps we can find peace in using this to understand that it happened to Silas also.
I can't imagine how he feels right now.
Well, I was not really nice to him. I probably hurt him more.
Well,
I reacted also. But you know, we have feelings. We're not butchers and we're not monsters. We're people. Some of us are a little furrier than others, huh? Some of us are a little more unsubstantial than others, perhaps, eh? Yes.
fair enough.
I also heard that humans are more emotional. But that's also just what I heard. I don't know.
Listen,
I
I've
talk
known-
to a mouse on the daily, so.
Oh, we should ask Arrow. Was Arrow there? We should
Oh
ask
yeah, poor Arrow.
Hey, what's up, guys?
No. Arrow, you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay. That was just some kind of scary stuff. I just want to make sure you're doing okay.
You know, I'm like a tiny little animal, so like, violence and death are just sort of like, I know you guys get real worked up about it, but it's just sort of like what it's like down here, you know?
That's true.
So, you know, like half the people I ever know got eaten by predators. The orcs used to just throw knives at us for fun.
Rude.
Yeah, they sucked. I'm glad they're gone.
Okay. Well, as long as you're okay.
You know, and then I found Anna in the woods. And now I can talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't really like worry that much about it. So I guess so Silas got mad because like this lady was passing on information and it probably led to like people getting killed in the conflict with that other guy. Am I
Yeah.
getting it? Okay.
No,
Oh.
a lot of people died. It was her fault. So
Brutal.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess my take on it is shit's fucked. What you gonna do?
Insightful as always, Arrow. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
anybody
you,
got any
buddy.
cheese?
Yeah, we'll whip up some grilled cheeses in a moment.
Fuck yeah! And he sort
I
of
think
goes
that would
down
make
into
everybody feel amazing, though. Who wants
I do
grilled
need-
cheese?
I do. Tiny sandwiches, please.
Yes.
I'll
But
try grilled cheese.
on a real note, we're up against a very powerful man-child. Somebody did us very wrong. We might be all feeling emotions, but doesn't make us any less human or elf or cat. Sorry.
I
Keep
beg
using that
your
word.
pardon?
Very nice feline.
I think it's time for the grilled cheese sandwiches.
Okay, and I think
Seconded.
on that note, we're gonna take a quick break. So if you guys will hang around for just a minute, we are gonna pop the break, and we will be back. When we come back, we're not gonna put time on it. Who cares? We'll be fine. So we'll come back when we come back. Just stick around.
Go make yourself a grilled cheese.
Go make yourself a grilled cheese.
Oh God, that sounds so good.
Okay.
Jesse, are you okay? We're all
Yeah.
unloading on you. Bless you.
No.
Jesse.
Jesse, we
Jesse.
love you. We love you. We love you.
Silas.
Jesse
Jesse's
didn't.
fine.
Jesse
Silas
didn't
is in
attack that
his
one.
feelings.
Silas attacked that one. Okay,
Silas
guys.
is in his feelings for sure.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Aw.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So we ended with a little bit of grilled cheese to make the torture go down easier. Woo! D&D, everyone. So is there anything else that needs to happen roleplay wise in this little break? Yes.
The next morning, Perdita will find a letter at her door. And when she opens it, it says, Perdita, I understand how you feel, and I respect it. And while you never again have to call me Lord, I hope that I can always call you a friend. Silas. And that's all it says.
Perdita reads the letter, and she nods, and she puts it with her things. She puts it far away into her things. And when she goes to breakfast and she's getting something to eat and being sure that the Garx has something, and Silas walks in, she looks at him, eyeball to eyeball, very straight and clear, and says, "Good morning, Silas. You missed it last night. We had grilled cheeses. Would you like one for your breakfast?"
Silas looks at the mouse, at Arrow, and says, does the mouse wash his hands?
Does a mouse wash its hands?
Arrow, do you wash your hands?
Yeah, I'm not an animal.
Give me 2.
You want a little mustard on there? It's really good that way.
Sure.
And they go about their business fixing breakfast and eating it together.
Silas, as you bite into the sandwich, Silas, make a perception check.
Oh no.
2.
Oh.
Okay. What you don't
Big 2.
see is after he's done, making the sandwiches, Arrow goes to wash his hands again, which he does by just spitting into his paws and rubbing them together.
No.
I mean, joke's on you. Everybody's been eating them.
Everybody's been eating them. So, anyway, okay. So, anything else before we jump into what is next?
I think we've had plenty of emotions. Let's get down to business.
Okay, so the next
To
thing that
defeat
needs-
Done.
to defeat the Regent. Did you send me mouses? Anyway,
Oh.
so
This
we
is gonna
have,
fall apart.
I believe we've got 2 weeks left. You guys have already taken your domain actions this round, and the opponents have taken theirs. I can't remember what you guys did because it's been so long. I think you tried to raise. Oh, somebody did the special ability, right? The blacksmith thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
The volunteer. Somebody did the operations test for the volunteer blacksmiths. I don't remember who it was, and was successful. So
It was Enna.
okay. It was Enna. So next round, the last week, which you'll have, when we do this next thing, you probably want to try to raise those levies, and they'll be heavy equipped when you raise them. You can raise 2, I think, per 1 action, which is fine, because you can raise them quicker than other units. But we still have, so there's 2 weeks left in terms of, you already done the unit organization stuff, but you have to decide your last 2, the first one of your last 2 little party adventures. So if you check out the intelligence report, you will see that you have, unless you guys want to go off book and try something different, you guys have the Orchid Court or attempting to sabotage the Star Chamber, I believe, are the last things that you have not done. So
I can't look at the report because I just had my computer ditch roll 20 and I'm getting back into it.
okay.
Did Twilight said that she was from the Orchid Court, didn't she?
She did say that.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, we have a way in.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you might intuit that given that Twilight was in jail in Bedegar Keep, perhaps she might not be the most welcome person at the Orchid Court. But you're welcome to go ask her about that.
Ask her, Enna. Ask her.
Don't tell me what to do.
So I'm just going to copy and paste the intelligence report into the chat for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
So the Orchid Court, all of Bedegar was once a mighty forest ruled by wood elves. They can still be found in the woad of the Orchid Court in northwest Bedegar. A few elf archers would be worth a whole unit of soldiers. Here's a summary intelligence. The court's almost certainly located near areas of natural purity, such as pristine waters or particularly ancient woods. You should be able to find their general location if you travel into the forest. Finding the elves is not the challenge. The elves are likely to find you first. The tough part is negotiating. It's been several human lifetimes since elves and humans held an alliance. While the details have faded from memory, the last treaty was broken by humans. Go figure. The elves of the Orchid Court are mercurial, their temperament naturally changing with the seasons. While they were chaotic in spring and joyful in summer, in autumn they turned to quiet contemplation and melancholy. What season? Is it summer right now?
We're
It
going
is.
into
Yeah,
summer.
you're like in. I guess I said midsummer earlier, but it's actually like early summer. It's like
In
the
winter-
late spring into early summer when the campaign was kicking up.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could catch him in a good mood then.
Yeah.
I think
then-
in the
Yeah,
I
true.
don't know. I think Twilight said that they were not so like good. She said they weren't like good people, or they were like
She said they were close-minded and insular. So insular,
what does
you
that
know,
mean?
insular basically meaning like they keep to themselves and they don't like outsiders, and close-minded meaning they're probably kind of set in their ways. Neither of which necessarily is a deal breaker, but just means that like if she was a person who didn't fit the mold per se, that might have caused some tensions and led to her leaving. So I don't think you necessarily know a lot of details on that, but that might be like a, you know. So.
And then, of course, there's the Star Chamber, which is Lord Saxton and his goons' sort of secret headquarters where they do crazy magic stuff. The Knights of the Three Roses. It is their temple, sanctuary, and mystic source of power. They closely guard the rituals they conduct here. A successful infiltrator might find powerful items, but beware the likely otherworldly threats.
What
That
if
sounds fun, though.
We don't really have any kind of insights on that, though. Bit of a mystery. But if we get in and out of there, it would definitely, we could cause some kind of disruption.
Mhm.
Are we talking
have-
about ourselves now?
So we have 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we can be talking kind of out of character unless you guys want to jump
Okay.
into RP about any of this.
I think that's so dangerous. Obviously, it would be helpful if we could do it, but it's so dangerous to hurt us. Yes, we could hurt them, but boy, could we hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
but I
sure.
kind of want to do it.
Well, if we were going to hurt ourselves, wouldn't it be best to do it now and then have a week to recover in case we screw up? Or
That's fair.
Yeah.
Not a bad
do
idea.
or do we say save the best for last or the most dangerous for last and
No.
risk that?
No,
No,
I like a recovery period.
Yeah.
We're going to go for it. But what are our pros and cons for both? You know?
Well, if we go to the Orchid Court, there is a chance that we could recruit elven archers if things go well, which
Continue
means
archers.
our army gets a little bit stronger. We have a specialty unit that we can call on for the final battle. It also
Mhm.
would likely deny Lord Saxton the ability to bring them onto his side. So it's kind of it's worth twice as much in the
Right.
final fight by
Mhm.
denying him something and potentially giving us that thing. That's the benefit of the Orchid Court. The Star
Okay.
Chamber sounds like we could pilfer this place for some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous. We might even be able to knock out some of the lieutenants who almost definitely are going to be commanding some of the units and are going to be giving those units certain benefits from their leadership.
Mhm.
And if we can remove them from the equation, it will make their army a little bit less organized or potentially less dangerous on the whole.
Okay.
Also, we might not have to fight them in the final fight between us and the captains.
Mhm. Okay.
What do you guys
So,
think?
archers,
Really want to do
sabotage.
this. I really want to sabotage. I can't stand it. I know you planned
Count Blackhand's got some anger issues to work out.
Sabotage.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I
Sabotage.
certainly don't think that in game Saxon would expect it. I mean, he probably thinks this is sacred territory. It might even not be that well protected, only because they
Arrogance.
wouldn't think we could be stupid enough to mess with it.
They thought wrong.
It's
No.
so stupid, it's not.
Kinda, yeah.
So what I'm
Well, I mean,
hearing,
there's 2 weeks left and 2 things, so we're going to do both of the things, right? Or try to.
Yeah.
Because nobody has come up with any
Yeah.
other idea. The DM always says, or you can do something else, but we don't really have anything else unless, Silas wants to go out and brand a few more people. So, stupid,
Hey,
take the brand.
there's
with
time.
you.
There's still time.
Shots fired.
Yeah, take the bee with you. Maybe we could,
I got all the time in the world.
Aw.
I'm training
Mark
on
him with a
time
B.
stuff. Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
Yeah, I
was-
mean, I just like when I say that, I just want to let you guys know, like the adventure has like some preset stuff, but you can get
Mhm.
creative and decide to like attempt some wacky stuff, and I'd be down to figure out
Yeah.
how to do that, right?
Of course. Yeah.
But you also have these sort of preset things that you can go do that the adventure sort of suggests. So
which we've been
if
having
you're-
a grand time
Yeah.
with in the role playing.
Yeah.
We're being so creative there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we have time for both, then we could heal up if the sabotage goes awry.
Okay, who votes? Who votes Star Chamber?
That's unanimous.
All right, let's fuck shit up.
I guess Silas is still our lord after all. But you're
Okay.
right. If we're going to do this, we should go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
Roz would like to speak with Solomon.
Alrighty.
Solomon, you are of an order of knighthood. Is this true?
Technically not. And what I mean by that is I was trained by another paladin, but I do not technically have a brotherhood standing behind me.
Oh, but Solomon, you do. We all do. For now we are the court of Rend. And perhaps we can be the knights of Rend as well. And if anything should counter the Knights of the Roses, perhaps a replacement, something that the people can see as fighting for them. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, first things first is he kind of stops for a little bit and then he goes, yeah, I got a couple of suggestions. First, we need to tip public opinion over into our order, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. I've been working a little bit to the south and might have a little bit of pull there. Is there anything you think you might be able to do?
I shall do what I do best and boast loudly in song.
I wouldn't have it any other way. So, is this the formation of the Knights of Rend?
Roz is going to look to Count Silas of Blackhand. I believe we need royalty tonight. Those who are worthy of an order. What say you, Count? And perhaps Edmund himself would like to speak on the matter.
Is Edmund in the room?
He certainly can be.
Okay. I turn to Edmund and say, it's usually up to you.
You would swear to me then?
For as long as you fight for the people, your blade or my blade is yours.
Roz draws her scimitar and takes a knee next to Solomon. For as long as you foster friendship and alliances with those worthy, my blade is yours.
Well, if this is what you wish, then I suppose I accept. And he takes his blade out, which I believe it's the blade that Silas gave him, is that right? And he gently touches the shoulders and knights you. You may now, I suppose, call yourselves Sir Roz and Sir Solomon.
Would it be Dame Roz?
I don't know. I mean, people do it different ways, right? So
it's up to Roz, but
you are free
yeah.
to call yourself Dame, Sir, or Lady, I suppose, in whatever moniker Roz feels is appropriate. Because I know there are some like, you know, female knights who go by Sir, and some who pick other things. So I don't know what this culture would be. I think it's up to you guys.
I am Ferucia. It is the knighthood of my people.
Sorry, what were you saying, Perdita?
Oh, I was going to say, if Ross said lady, Perdita was going to object.
I see. Yeah, okay. Sure.
And for the first time, Solomon stands to his feet and he has a wicked grin on his face and he says, Saxton's gonna have hell to pay.
Then it is declared. We go to war. We shall destroy the Star Chamber. And Roz raises her scimitar high.
Rapier meets it.
Solomon's gonna match it with the great sword.
For Rend, for Edmund, for Bedegar.
Okay. And I think from that scene, we cut to our on the road montage, where you guys are headed for Bedegar City. You've talked to Zola Honeycutt, who still has some thieves there, who should be able to help you find ways to hide from Saxton. It's a big city, and given that it's been long enough since you guys were there doing the jailbreak stuff, it's not going to be like you'd have to make a big ruckus and get in trouble with the guards, you know. So as long as you're careful, they can't possibly like really track you very well, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you can easily reach the city. It takes a couple of days to get there. And you can re-enter the city undetected. So as you move through the gates, you can see that with the mobilization, if you remember the first time you kind of had to like sneak in and out of the gates and stuff like that, this time they like really aren't even checking people because it's clear that they're like the forces are stretched kind of thin with the war after the mobilization. They just don't have the manpower to check every single traveler coming in and out of the gates as they were when you guys were on the run. So you re-enter the city. You can see the mobilization is in full force here. You can see numerous units of Saxton's army sort of like assembling on various streets and, boulevards and things, doing drills and inspections and things like that. But they mostly don't pay attention to you. They're not really on the lookout. It seems like he doesn't expect you guys to be rolling up back in here. So what is your plan? What would you like to do? You know the location of this place. But how do you plan to, approach it? We're not going to have a lot of time to fully get through the whole area, but I would like to get the sense, are you going to like establish a base of operations somewhere, encase the joint? Are you going to ask around town? Are you just going to like wing it and go there right off so that you don't have an opportunity to get caught by anybody? Like, I just want to get a sense of like what you guys want to do in terms of how you want to approach this sort of headquarters of these knights.
What time of day is it?
It's a great question. I'll have to do some math about it. Okay. You're 84 miles from Rend to Bedegar Keep. You can move, like 24 miles a day? It's probably heading towards sundown, I would think, on the like third or fourth day since you set out from Castle Rend.
I am going to kind of. Are we on horseback or did we walk?
You probably would have access to horses if you want. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to kind of lead my horse next to Shanty, and ask. Once the sun goes down, I'll have the ability to be a bat. What do you say to you and I scouting ahead and doing a once-over of the area and then reporting back, hopefully getting a good view, and perhaps, if we're lucky, finding a place to maybe camp the night and plan?
Absolutely. Seems wise.
Okay. And if anybody wants to join in on that, I could probably spend either a polymorph, or a lot of you guys are super stealthy, so I'm happy for any help.
I feel like that Perdita would have just shared that she worked at the inn, the tavern, the whatever, where she first ever met Elster. That was in this city, right, Pixel?
I'm sorry, the place you first met Elster was not in Bedegar. No, it was in Black Bottom.
But didn't I work in a tavern in Bedegar, or that was someplace
No, you worked
else?
in Black Bottom.
Okay, never mind.
Which is far to
never
the
mind.
south.
Then I don't know anybody locally. Do we have anybody we trust locally? Wait a minute. What about that wizard, that sent us off in the siege of Castle Rend?
So the wizard Tace had a tower here, but has been, you think, probably in Dalrath for some time. They had some issues that were going on before. Okay. Basically, Tace being out of town, like shortly after you guys left to deal with the thing, Tace went to Darth and hasn't come back because he's not particularly welcome, given that he was the old Baron's wizard. It's sort of like he left town before Saxon could consolidate his hold enough to come after him, more or less, and hasn't been back since. But if you guys want to make, I'm going to say if you guys, as a freebie, want to make a domain espionage test to see if you can have any like members of your sort of retinue or any clock members who are highly placed enough to have like a tavern or something that you guys can stay at. I think that's fair.
Okay, how would we do that?
Well, it's a D20 plus your espionage is +2. So that is your. So if you want to roll a D20 +2, and we'll say
Are we all doing it and getting the average, or is
no,
one
it's just like one person, and
Okay.
you do
I'd
have
say the
Go ahead.
rogue rolls it
Yeah,
For luck.
Perdita's the spy master.
Sure.
That's
She should
right.
do it.
for luck. So
It is going to
it's-
be a DC 8. It's not a tough check.
Pixel, remind me to ask you something about.
Okay, that is
Okay,
not
that's it.
the right check. That's I that. So
What did I not do? Perception.
Well, I didn't ask you for a perception check. I asked you for an espionage check.
Oh,
So just roll a
I
D20.
thought you said that will be perception.
Oh
Okay.
no! Just roll a D20 +2. 8
Did that
plus
do it?
2 is 10, which is higher than 8, so that does make the check.
Nice.
I misunderstood you,
That's
Pixel.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes I mumble. Okay, yeah. So you find that you know the owner of the Maiden and the Flask, who is with the clock, and will help you out.
I will suggest we go there. Also, I think they have stables where we can stable our horses.
Okay. Yeah, I think we head up. What was the password for the clock again? Because they ask, "Do you have the time?" and then they respond with
Oh, that's a great
something.
question. Bam. Let's see.
Well, I guess what Silas will do then is once we get into the bar and we spot her, I will say, "Do you have the time?"
Okay. God, I actually don't know. I'm sure that is in here, but I 100%. If somebody
It's not
who's-
in the intelligence report.
Yeah, if somebody is trouble comes to Rend, owlbear attack, charting a course, will be smart. Yeah, I'm sure there is a thing, but I for sure don't remember what it is.
That's okay. We say the thing and she says it back. That's all right.
Yeah, you do the key thing. I'm embarrassed that I can't remember that, but it's been so long, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you enter this keep, and you discover this woman. She sort of has a short red mohawk, and green eyes. She's pretty short. She's like barely 5 feet tall. And she is a half-elf woman who looks relatively young. And so you enter and you sort of pass off this passphrase, and she hands you a key. You would know this is Enwenin Aldavil. We'll put that in chat for folks. And she hands you like a key, a specific one, and tells you like which room is kind of the one that's like, there's sort of like a block of rooms, and then there's like one room that's sort of far away from the others. And she sends you to that one. And it's a nice little suite. It has, a couple of beds and like a little table, where you guys can like take private meals and have meetings and stuff. It is like a modest, and it's not like super fancy, but it's not like, real shitty either. It's kind of in the middle of the road.
Windows open, like slide open.
Yeah, I mean they open or close if you want them open.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You know?
And it's probably at this point the sun has probably gone down, right?
By now, yeah, because you got here when the sun was kind of going down, and by the time you get here and get settled in the room and everything, it's probably nighttime. Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn to the group and say, Shanty and I might scout ahead tonight, try to get a look at what's going on. If anybody else wants to do anything, let us know. That way we always know where everybody is. However, I think that's the plan for now.
Sounds good.
And then with that, I am going to use the cape. What is it? The cloak of the bat to be a bat.
Okay.
Blah.
Bleh. I will also go bat.
Cool.
Cool.
I think Perdita's just going to hang out in the tavern downstairs with a long, slow drink and see what she hears.
There you go.
Okie dokie. Okay, so the plan is that Silas and Shanty are gonna go check out the Star Chamber and kind of keep tabs on it. Was anyone else going along with that plan?
We're gonna do a flyby.
Okay.
Probably not get super close, but try to see what we can see. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and then, sorry. Oh, okay. My computer's doing weird things. Okay, so, Perdita is, just hanging out there. What is everyone else doing? Solomon and Roz and Enna. What are you guys doing?
Roz is going to accompany Perdita at the bar and get into a very heated argument with whoever's taking her order. No, you don't understand. It is not a type of cheese. It is cheese, and you grill it. And I would like one, please.
Okay.
Solomon's probably going to be at a table across from Ross, just chuckling a little bit at the display.
I will pay you extra.
Okay. Very good.
Perdita is going to act as though she has never seen this guy, this cat in her life before.
I can't believe it. I thought we were sisters.
Okay, and what about you, Anna? What's your plan?
Anna will also be hanging out with Perdita, Roz, and them, and she's holding up Arrow, and she's like, he can do it, I swear to God.
Put him on top of the cook's head.
How are we ratatouilleing this? No, but if I'm on top of the cook's head, then I won't be on top of the jam anymore, and then I won't be able to talk or do the smart stuff anymore, so...
Can you balance a gem and a mouse on your head? Yes or no?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little drunk, so I don't have great balance. Also, I kind of did some coke earlier, so I'm a little keyed up, and this whole conversation is really wigging me out, man. Why can your rat talk?
Typical back of house, man.
Yeah, and listen, I've worked in restaurants. I know what it's like back there. Okay, so, I have the wrong music playing. You all make your way as you guys are sort of hanging out. We're gonna do the casing the joint first. So, you make your way to the Star Chamber. It is this rather large building in the shape of a star. You can tell it has multiple floors. And you can tell that it is pretty heavily defended. It's probably not a place, like just looking at it at a glance, you can tell it's probably not a place that you can take in just like a full-on frontal assault. Just like kick down the door and kick everyone's ass is probably not going to really work here. You do see that there are like some windows on the second floor you might be able to climb up there. It'll be a tough climb, but that may be an option to skip some of the, like, if you don't want to run into shit on the first floor trying to get to the second.
Perdita and Roz just have a climbing speed, do they not?
Yep, we do.
Right, so they don't even check for that; they just climb.
And
yeah, that would be pretty
stealth
easy for
checks,
them.
so,
But it's
yeah.
it is looking at it. I'll just sort of tell you mechanically a few things. It's about 15 feet above the ground, but unless you have equipment, it's going to be like a DC 15 athletics check, and then someone may need to unlock the shutters. Although they're just wooden shutters, so. And also, you'd need to climb it without being seen. So you'd have to make a pretty tough stealth check because people are kind of, people come by all the time. There's patrols and stuff. It would be a pretty tough stealth check too. But there's also, you could find other ways in there.
We just lit the building on fire. Cook and book.
Probably is not. I think it's stone. It's not really flammable in that way.
Right.
Unfortunately, the easy answer doesn't really pan out that way. But yeah, you can watch the place. You get the sense that you'll need to employ some amount of subterfuge, although as always, eventually you're going to fail a check and shit will pop off at that point. So you should just go in prepared for that. But
wasn't there something about goods and supplies being delivered and stuff?
Yeah. So you guys who are there probably is some information in the intelligence report. But if you want to get more information about that, you folks at the tavern are in actually pretty good shape to do that.
So from the intelligence report, very few outsiders are allowed in the building. The knights frequently purchase supplies for their rituals from a guild of arcanists and herbalists known for wearing cowled green robes. These are the same robes that we use to break into the prison.
Are the turtles still in them?
Turtles.
No, we were priests with the turtles.
Yeah, the robes. Let's look at this.
Well, it also says the Bedegar prison also periodically.
Yeah,
brings
so
prisoners.
these were robes of priests of Saint Verona. I don't think they would be the same robes. You would have to acquire new ones.
But there's probably like packs, like bags, where something critter shaped could go inside.
I mean, if you want to put the turtles in the new robes, I'm sure you could manage.
No. I meant if someone were to have a wild shape and could go into a bag that is being rolled into the place.
Ah.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, so those of you who are at that's really kind of all you can tell from the outside, is I'm going to say, is that you have a possible means of getting in there if you climb to the second story, although it's a tough check. Somebody may get seen, and you either have to unlock or bust into the windows, or you can try and sneak or lie your way through the actual place. But you can't from here, you guys as bats can't from here see what's going on in there necessarily. So it's like what the situation is if you try to go around the outside of it, right? But like what's inside, hard to tell from here. You guys, go ahead.
Did they see any of these like prisoner caravans going in or out of the Star Chamber?
I don't think so right now. And we're coming up on the end of the session. So what I think I want to do actually, you know what? No, we're just going to call it here. So I think we'll go ahead. I know it's not like the most dramatic place to stop, but we are going to go ahead and call the session here. So the current situation is this. Silas and Shanty are bats hanging out in Bedegar, keeping an eye on the Star Chamber, doing a flyby, seeing what they see. Everybody else is in the inn. We have Roz and Arrow and Enna attempting to teach the somewhat drunk and coked out kitchen staff how to make a grilled cheese. We have Perdita pretending she's never met any of these people, and Solomon looking on in amusement, and that is where we're going to call our session for today. We will pick up with you guys gathering intelligence on how you can get in the place. And then attempting to finish up the Star Chamber and see what all happens as you infiltrate this den of iniquity, as it were. So there we are. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Much appreciated. And wow, what a session tonight. Absolute whiplash. It's hard to believe we started this with the beautiful shimmering moonlight kiss.
No,
we made it
chaos.
through. We're doing okay.
Oh man,
We
So-
did the damn
Over here,
thing.
we're over here.
great job, everybody. Thank you all for playing tonight. We're gonna do a usual outro, and I guess we should go see if there's anybody to raid. So while I go look for somebody, bonus mom, if you please remind everyone who you played tonight, and let us know who you are and where we can find you on the internet.
Hi there, I'm Bonus Mom, and tonight I was Perdita, the Tabaxi Rogue, and I'm not looking forward to next time. I'll just tell you that for sure. You can find me all over the place, mostly on TikTok, Monday through Fridays, about 9:30 in the morning till noon or so. I hang out, and I have a podcast going that you can find lots of our adventures on there, and some interviews and some readings. And also, I have Bonus Mom's Tavern on Discord. Please come and find me. All the links to everything I do are in the link tree on my TikTok.
Excellent.
And that's who I am.
Great. And Kyla.
Hey, pals. I'm Kyla. Tonight I played Shanty, our druid and bard in the party, and had guest appearances from all 4 of my cats today. So that was fun. I can be found at Kai2D2 at all places on the internet. Thanks for hanging out.
Excellent. Daniel, who I said your real name and not your character name this time.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel. I play Solomon. Didn't really get to smite anything this session, but it's coming. It's coming. I can be found. Oh yeah, I can be found in Bonus Mom's Tavern. So, got any questions? I'm always free.
Excellent. Beast.
Hey folks, I'm Beast, and I played Razhiskers, the Tabaxi Valor Bard. And this whole session just felt like constant falling action, right? We started way up here and just we're rolling down a hill the whole time. And if you need to break up this YouTube video into parts to get through it, totally understand. But we appreciate you being here. And you can find me on Bonus Mom's Tavern, where I am hopefully going to be putting together Warfare streams soon. If you missed us last 2 weeks ago, it was because we were doing something a little different where I was running a Warfare stream. And there's more of that coming. Come to the Beast Wilds campaign channel to learn more.
Excellent. Jesse.
Hey, I'm Jesse. I played Silas the Sociopath, and I today was a heavy episode, huh? A little bit of character stuff, a little bit of sad, a little bit of happy, but we got through it. You can find me on You Might Be a D&D. We are putting out hopefully a video every about week and a half right now. It's very exciting. We're growing pretty quick. And so, yeah, next up will be the Moon Druid subclass. So very excited to get that out of the way. But happy to see you guys in 2 weeks.
Excellent. And as always, Taylor.
Hey, friendos. I'm Taylor. I played Enna, the Wood Elf cleric, and I'm excited for next time. I think it will be fun.
Excellent. And as always, I am Pixel, and you can find me here doing GMing at Ages of Einar, and you can also find me on twitch.tv/Hammer and Pixel, where I play a lot of games. We've been doing some Minecraft. We recently got Platinum on Elden Ring. God knows what else we'll get up to. And you can find me there as well. Also, as Beast mentioned, we are attempting to put together some Warfare streams, which are using the rules from this system that you guys have seen a couple of times to sort of showcase those and get people opportunity to get familiar with those. And also, we may be recruiting some people in our Discord to actually participate in those streams. So if you have not checked out the Discord, please go do that. You probably have because you're all cool people and you're probably all over there. Anyway, we also, I believe this upcoming Tuesday, we're going to be doing a ship combat tutorial for Stars Without Number. And then sometime in April before the Bonus Mom and Yeet Fleet meetup, we are going to be starting on tutorials for Kids on Brooms, which is sort of a, the IP which shall not be named inspired sort of tabletop role-playing game that is designed to facilitate games about kids in a magical school. But this happily is not created or in any way financially supporting Queen Turf of Turf Island. And so we can play it without our consciences getting in our way. Isn't that great fun? And so we're hoping to showcase that. If anyone is interested in participating in those, I would love to get some fresh faces from the Discord involved with that. If anyone is interested in that, and we can teach you how to play this fun game, and then hopefully I will be running some one-shots and things like that in the game as well. I haven't really found anybody to raid today. So unless anybody knows anybody, we may just go hit up Vincent Page, who's playing Resident Evil 4. Because that's sort of my go-to when I don't know who else to raid. So we're going to do that. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I think that's all from us. We will catch you next time. And don't forget to get your smooches in a magically moonlit grove. It will make all of your friends squee with joy. In any case, have a good night, everybody. And we will catch you guys later.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. What was rent shall be restored, what was lost now shall be found. The price of valor ever rising, but victory brings new rewards. Tales of glory, might, and wonder, hard-fought battles, treasures won. Our heroes know their fate awaits them, and so they carry